Welcome to Episode 6 of the Digital Transformation Foundation series, Culture, Skills, and the Human Side of Digital Transformation. We'll explore how people, mindset, and leadership are the essential factors for successful, lasting change. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team.
This video is designed for change leaders, HR and L&D professionals, and managers leading digital initiatives. You will learn how to build a digital-first culture, close skill gaps, overcome resistance, and drive real results with practical frameworks and strategies. We will cover 6 key topics: why technology alone is insufficient, making culture the foundation, developing digital age skills, overcoming resistance, the role of leadership, and fostering continuous learning and innovation. Chapter 1: Why technology alone is never enough. In virtually every failed transformation, the technology itself worked. The problem was that the people didn't follow. Organizations often invest heavily in new technology like platforms, AI, and consulting. However, the true drivers of success are human factors: employee mindset, leadership behavior, organizational culture, and continuous learning. The data reveals a clear human gap. 70% of transformations fall short, with 85% of leaders citing culture and behavior as top barriers. Organizations with engaged employees are 3 times more likely to succeed. People, mindset, and leadership are the real drivers of transformation. Sustainable change requires aligning the willingness of people to change, the mindset to embrace uncertainty, and the leadership to guide the journey. Chapter 2: Culture as the foundation of transformation. Culture is not a soft concept. It's the operating system your transformation runs on. Get it right, and everything accelerates. A digital-first culture adopts values, behaviors, and norms that enable continuous adaptation and innovation. This includes prioritizing agility, learning over knowing, collaboration, and data over intuition alone. Culture change starts at the top. Leaders must visibly model desired behaviors, such as experimenting, sharing failures, collaborating, and celebrating progress. Culture change is a daily leadership practice, not a single campaign. Psychological safety is the single most powerful cultural enabler. It makes teams safe to experiment, speak up with feedback, and learn from mistakes, accelerating continuous improvement across the organization. Organizational siloing is a damaging barrier. Moving from silos to collaboration requires breaking down barriers, building trust, and driving innovation. This demands intentional structural change, including redesigning teams and incentives. A digital-first paradigm embeds experimentation into culture, contrasting with the old paradigm of planning extensively and avoiding failure. Organizations must build minimum viable versions, treat failure as data, and adjust in real time. Chapter 3: Skills for the digital age. Digital transformation demands a new kind of workforce that combines technical fluency with deeply human capabilities. The digital skills landscape includes technical skills like data literacy and platform fluency, alongside human skills such as adaptability, critical thinking, collaboration, and change leadership. Organizations must build both categories to be competitive. Before you build capabilities, you need to know where the gaps are. A skills gap assessment is a 4-step process. Map required skills, assess the current state, identify priority gaps, and build the learning plan. Upskilling and reskilling are both necessary strategies. Upskilling deepens skills for current roles and is faster to implement. Reskilling builds new capabilities for new roles and follows a longer timeline. Both are needed for digital transformation. Building a culture of continuous learning means weaving learning into the daily rhythm of work. Implement learning in the flow of work. Recognize and reward growth publicly, and create communities of practice for knowledge exchange. Digital transformation changes how roles are defined. The focus shifts from task execution and departmental specialization to problem solving, cross-functional collaboration, and curiosity. Knowledge sharing replaces information hoarding. Chapter 4: Overcoming resistance to change. Resistance isn't the enemy, it's a signal. We must learn to read it, address it, and turn it into momentum. People resist change due to human concerns like fear of job loss, uncertainty, and loss of control. Skill insecurity also plays a major role, as employees worry about keeping up with new tools and expectations. Resistance falls across a spectrum, from acceptance to passive compliance, and ultimately to active opposition. The goal is to move people along this spectrum by addressing their specific concerns with clarity and empathy. To turn resistance into advocacy, involve people early in the design process. Communicate the why relentlessly, address concerns directly, and identify and empower change champions. The ADKAR model provides a practical framework for individual change. Ensure awareness, build desire, provide knowledge, confirm ability, and offer reinforcement to sustain the change. Empathy is a crucial change management skill. It means listening to concerns, acknowledging emotional reactions as valid, and demonstrating genuine care for the human experience of change, not just the operational outcomes. Chapter 5. Leadership in Digital Transformation. Transformation is fundamentally a leadership challenge, as leader behaviors and decisions determine success or failure. Digital-ready leaders are adaptable, curious, and people-centered. They provide clear vision and direction, practice active listening, demonstrate resilience, and adopt a coaching mindset to develop their teams. It is critical to lead, not just manage, the transformation. Managing focuses on milestones and budgets, while leading inspires belief, builds psychological safety, removes systemic barriers, and creates meaning for lasting change. Middle managers are the crucial bridge in transformation. They act as translators of strategy, sensors of the organization's friction points, and amplifiers of the desired culture. Invest in their capability to maximize impact. Communication is the connective tissue of transformation. Communicate early and often. Make it two-way. Make it personal by connecting to roles, and lead with story to make change tangible. Chapter 6. Building a digital-first culture that lasts. Transformation is not a destination. It's a continuous state of becoming. Organizations that thrive build cultures designed to keep evolving. Lasting digital culture rests on 5 pillars: being purpose-driven, trust-based, continuously learning, deeply collaborative, and data-informed. These elements enable consistent adaptation and innovation. To sustain momentum, avoid common pitfalls like declaring victory too early, neglecting reinforcement, underinvesting in people, and failing to adapt the strategy as the environment changes. Measuring culture change requires both quantitative and qualitative signals. Track metrics like engagement and adoption rates. Also, listen for qualitative signals, like how quickly teams adapt and whether failure is discussed openly. The ultimate goal is to move digital transformation from a project to an identity. This evolution moves through 4 phases: awareness, adoption, integration, and finally, identity, where continuous adaptation is simply the culture. Key takeaways emphasize that technology is a catalyst, but people and culture are the true drivers. Culture must be designed, skills need constant investment, resistance is information, and leadership sets the tone to sustain momentum. As a change leader, your next steps include: this week, assessing your current culture; this month, running a skills gap assessment; this quarter, launching a culture experiment; and this year, building robust measurement systems. Digital transformation is a human endeavor, powered by technology. The future belongs to those who put people first. Continue your journey with the Digital Transformation Foundation series and define what's next.